Man of the moment, Bennedict Mathurin off 27-point performance, a brilliant game. And the thing about you, even now, that expression never changes. It's always serious. It's always business. I'm going to get to that demeanor in a moment, but I would ask you first just to describe the intensity of this basketball game. I found it to be remarkable from the start, and it never wavered. What was it like for you?
It was great. It was great. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? This is only my first playoff appearance, you know, but I mean, I'm very blessed, you know, to be able to be in a game where it's very, very competitive, and you know, both teams are really, really good just to fight.
This Thunder team, you had them up. You were at 7-point lead, I want to say, in the first half, and in the blink, it's gone. You've got a 4-point lead at the half after shooting about 55%. In the blink, it's gone. But you all never lost poise. You never lost your footing. How do you just explain and describe the resolve that your group has had and how it's grown over the course of this playoff run?
You know, I think the main thing is you have to be resilient. You know, you have to be the aggressor in order for you to be able to win the games. And I think that you know, we started the game a little bit slow, but we were able to find a rhythm and just finish the game.
What's the key to maintaining the professional attitude and approach that tonight might not be my night? That's all right. There's another night tomorrow night. Maintaining the idea that when my number's called and when the moment arrives, I'll be prepared for it.
You know, I think you just have to stay ready. You know, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's me. That's me. Just get in the game, trying to help my team win.
The reason I'm laughing is because I always joke. I get on the plane in a suit, and I told Legler earlier, I said I arrive ready so I don't have to get ready, but that's wearing a suit. You're talking about playing in an NBA Finals game, and I would imagine maybe it can be challenging when you're a player that's played at as high a level as you have throughout this year to just maintain that understanding that every night might not be the night. But it sounds like this is just sort of your demeanor and this is how you approach things. Is that what you're saying?
For sure. I think that you know, some people get it confused with just knowing myself. I'm a very, very confident, you know, player, and I think I can be the best player every night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, if it's not the energy, if it's not the you know, the attitude or the energy that you have going to the game, then you know, I think that's a little bit harder.
I take all these notes during the game, and I took a ton of them tonight. I'm interested in this. If you're even aware of this fact, series that are tied 1-1, the winner of Game 2, they were 33-8. Was that something as a team you were aware of, that winning Game 3 represents that significant a move in a direction of potentially being champions? The understanding of what tonight represented.
For sure, for sure. I think you know, our coach, you know, does a great job of doing that, you know, and Rick and, you know, the rest of the staff. But for us, it's really going game after games. You know, we're trying to win 2 in Oklahoma. You know, we were able to get 1, but you know, now it's just about next game, and our focus have to be for next game.
A couple of notes on the card are about T.J. McConnell. The energy that he gave you in the second quarter, the energy he gave you throughout this game. He's the first player in the history of the finals to have 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals off the bench. How significant were the minutes and the moments that he gave you?
I told TJ before the game, you know, you have to get in the game, you have to get the crowd going, and that's what he does. That's what he does best. And you know, I think if we look back in 5 years and we watch the film, I think that I'm going to be able to say I was very proud of TJ the way he played today.
I just saw Reggie, and obviously he's a legend here, and you know, he's with his family, and he said, we just need 2 more. It feels like he's more exhausted at the moment than you are. Your team seems to just, again, it's a resolve and a mindset. Who's the director of that mindset? Is that all following Rick's sort of mentality?
Sure. I mean, you know, Rick's been a winner. He's been a winner for a lot of years. And he was once an NBA champion, you know, coaching an NBA team. So he knows what it takes, you know, for us to be able to win the NBA Finals. So I feel like he's the head of the snake, but we have, like I said, you know, guys on the team who are willing to commit to the team.
A lot of conversation after Game 2 about Halliburton and sort of what do you guys get from him? And he's one of the main leaders on the floor, it seems, at all time. What tonight did he provide that was most important to you all?
It's scoring. I think he was aggressive from the jump. You know, I think that I told him, you know, we're better as a team when you're being aggressive. You know, when you get to the paint and then it's going to open up a lot more things.
Excuse me for interrupting, but it seems like that. Sure, say that, but that seems more difficult to do against this Thunder team than maybe any other, just because of their ability to swarm defensively. Is that a fair read?
For sure. They're a great defensive team, but I think it's just a mindset that you have to have. You know, just to go in the game and be like, you know what, I'm going to get to the paint. Getting to the paint is going to open up a lot more things, just for me and the rest of my team.
All right, last quick thought. Let you get to your guys and celebrate with them. It's a quick turnaround between now and Friday night. How do you, as a group, spend this time to be as productive as you can to try to get a third on Friday?
Recovery, watching a lot of film, and staying even kill. As much as I want to live the moment and hold a camera, I can't. I just want to.
Not even a little bit?
I can't. I just can't.
27 points in the finals, not even a little bit?
I can't. As much as I would love to. I think that's going to take away from my aggressiveness on the court. But, once the championship, when I have the trophy in my hands, then the job's finished.
Well, the late, great Kobe Bryant said, obviously the job's not finished, but it was a hell of a job you gave your team tonight. It was something to see. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, those guys were tremendous, and TJ just brought a competitive will to the game. Mathurin jumped in there and immediately was aggressive and got the ball in the basket. And, look, this is the kind of team that we are. We need everybody to be ready. It's not always going to be exactly the same guys that are stepping up with scoring and stuff like that. But, this is how we got to do it. And we got to do it as a team. And we got to make it as hard as possible on them.
We pivot from the head coach to Pascal Siakam, who was sat down. Congratulations on the victory. I'm going to ask you a few things about what he had to say and the men he spoke about before I get to you. First of all, after the Game 2 loss, he asked for this building to be great. It seemed great to me. How significant was the help you had in the stands tonight?
Oh, my God. It was amazing, man. I was getting chills out there. Just the energy, everyone just so excited. Obviously, first final in I don't know how many years, and it's incredible. I'm just so blessed to be a part of it, and the energy they brought tonight was awesome.
All right, so I just visited with Bennedict Mathurin, and I told him he's the most stoic young man I think I've ever seen. When he's just back there with you guys, is he going to crack a smile after dropping 27 in the finals?
Nah, he's all business, man.
All the time.
He's all business, and I think for me, I love his energy tonight, and I stay on him, because I know sometimes it's games where he doesn't feel like things are going his way, and I just love the way he played with so much energy and like force, and that's the Ben Mathurin that we need, and he showed up tonight for us.
Isn't that what being a professional is? When it's not your day, bring the same. We're all in charge of our attitude,
yep.
right? Only that
yes,
we can control that, and
yes,
it seems that he's always in his poise and his attitude always in check. That's monstrous to be a significant pro, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and I think from last year run, like he was really upset because he wasn't a part of it. He was injured, and he just wanted to be a part of it, and I'm so happy that he get these moments where the biggest game, he shows up the way he did, and I just love that guy and the way he plays.
Speaking of energy, T.J. McConnell was unbelievable tonight. It's the kind of thing that when it's just so intense down the stretch, a lot of what he did in the second quarter can get lost, but it felt like the game, who knows which direction it's going. How much did he impact tonight? Yeah,
he had so much impact in the game, the speed of the game. He got how many steals? Like 5 steals, just distributing the ball. He can score also. So he's just like that guy that gives us energy. And tonight he was just everywhere on the floor.
You've lived it. We've talked about this throughout the playoff run when you visited me on previous shows. Like, what this is. But the intensity of tonight in a 1-1 series with the team that's the favorite, I was just struck by that it never stopped. Like, it never got to a point where it felt like either team took a breath. Was that the sense you had as you're playing these 48 minutes?
Yeah, for sure. We're playing against a great team, so we know what we're up against, and it's going to take all of us staying together, continue to fight. They started the game great, made some shots, but I just the guys just kept playing. And we're just going to keep fighting to the end, and that's who we are.
Is there a magic number when you all, like on the whiteboard from Coach Carlisle, whether it's number of turnovers? You guys shot about 52%. You turned it over 7 in the first quarter, but then you locked that down. Is there some sort of secret sauce that if we do A, B, or C, we've got a chance to beat this team?
I mean, I don't think there's a secret sauce. Again, you're playing against an amazing team, so you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have plays that that happens, and you just got to keep playing. And I think for us, as long as we play pacer basketball, we always feel like we have a chance against anybody. So that's just the mindset that we have.
Did you in game 2? Because I don't think you did. I don't think you played tonight when I was asked pregame. Tim Legler and I were on SportsCenter. I said to me the key tonight is in the name of the home team, pace.
Yeah.
If you guys get out and run, and I felt like off misses or even off makes, it was ping pong and it quickly down.
We had a lot of energy. I think obviously we didn't play the way we wanted game 2, but it's a long series. It's a lot of days, a lot of games, and we just got to keep chipping away. And I think coach does a good job of just keeping us ready and focused, and just move on to the next play, the next play, the next play, and the next game.
Because I keep leaning on this, but because you've done it, you can offer advice to them. So can your coach, because you've been through it. But in talking to Bennedict and watching the sort of body language of your group, I don't even know how much they need to hear from you guys about what's required. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of celebrating or throwing a party for themselves. It seems that the approach here is we've done nothing yet. Is that a fair assessment?
For sure. I mean, it's a long series, and I think coach keeps reminding us of the amount of days that we have, and that's all we focus on, and take it one day at a time. And that's all we focus on. We're not caring about anything but the next day. So that's what we focus on.
And I appreciate that. But in this moment, with 24 hours before we get to the next one, can you at least allow yourself a little bit of, it's a hell of a game and we came out on the right side of it? I assume so.
Right. No, of course we're excited about the fact that we won. But again, we know what's in front of us and what's ahead, and we got to keep that focus. And for me, that's one thing I try to keep everyone on, just that even killed. And no matter what, if we played a good game or played a bad game, just have the same mentality. And I think that's what's taken us further so far, and we're going to keep that attitude.
Well, thanks for stopping by here, part of your night. We appreciate you. Look forward to the next time.
I'm on fire.